First, I would like to put forward my sincere gratitude to the people of Rubaga North who chose me to be their next Member of Parliament. I'm very glad because I know there are quite a number of challenges that we faced during this campaign. It was a campaign which had no level grounds. All know what transpired right from our candidate, the president, up to the members of parliament, down to the councillors and other mayors who are contesting on the national unity platform. So I would like to appreciate whoever done whatever they could to make sure that leaders of the national unity platform win. I understand people expect a lot from us, and that is the fact. And the reason is people are very tired with the way how this government is being run, where all institutions are disgruntled, where each and everything that is being done serves the interests of just one individual, Hon.Abubaker. I want to assure the people of Uganda, most especially the people of Rubaga North, where I'm going to serve as a Member of Parliament, that the struggle has to continue. Of course, there are quite a number of challenges, but of course, as a Member of Parliament, there are those specific roles that are very clear in the Constitution of Uganda. I will do that. You know, when it comes to make laws, we've had challenges where the Constitution is being amended almost on a daily basis just because they want to serve the interests of one person. One of them is removing the term limits. We all know what transpired in 2005 when the Constitution was amended just to remove the strictness which was included in 1995 by the framers of the Constitution, where they decided that every president should serve the country for just 2 terms. So it was tampered with. That's why we are now seeing Hon.Abubaker taking us for more than 30 years. It is one of my priorities to at least to see that the 2 term limits are being reinstated in the Constitution of Uganda. Secondly, the age limit. Most of us still believe that if someone approaches 75 years, there's nothing new that they are going to serve their countries. So I still believe that we can still re-amend the Constitution of Uganda by bringing back the amendment which was removed, which was tampered with, that is the Article 102B, where a president above 75 years should not lead Uganda. And we all believe, including Mr. Museveni, there's a day when he was talking to the journalists and he was very clear that if someone approaches 75, then there's nothing much they can do. And I still believe in that. Of course, there are still other challenges in Uganda, the issue of unemployment. We still need to be very clear on how the youth, which comprise of the 80% of the total population of Uganda, are going to be employed. We still need to work together as elected leaders, both at parliamentary and local government, so at least we introduce jobs. Those which are there are being should make sure that they are protected. At least for the next 5 years, we should see the youth of Uganda being employed where they can earn a living to run their families. So the issue of unemployment is one of the challenges. I may not say that when you look at the budget of Kampala, first I'll start with Kampala, because Kampala is the heart of this country. When you look at the GDP of Uganda, 75% of the GDP comes from Uganda, from Kampala. So I'm one of the leaders who were trying to make sure that at least the budget which is being given to Kampala every financial year should be increased. If, for example, today, Kampala is being allocated less than 1% of the national budget. And we believe that that percentage should be increased at least to the minimum of 3%, so that wouldn't be seeing there are Maram roads in Kampala by now, in the 21st century. If the budget is increased, we all know that there are still other declarations. For example, the Abuja Declaration of 2001, where all African countries accepted that 15% of the national budget should be allocated to the health sector. I want you to get time, you move around the hospitals in Kampala. There is no medicine. Workers are underpaid. The health workers are underpaid. We still have a lot of challenges when it comes to the health sector. Recently, I think like 2 years back, we experienced challenges of cholera. Why should we have such problems in this time, in this era? So I believe as a member of parliament, whose one of the major mandate is to at least to make the national budget, make sure that the budget of Kampala, where I represent, is being increased from where it is at the moment. There are still other issues, of course, that we will have to work hand in hand. Issues of accountability. We've had issues of corruption in Uganda, most especially in the ministers of Mr. Museveni. And nothing has been done. We hear about them. The next day, we don't know what transpires. So one of my major priorities is to make sure that issues of accountability are being brought at the forefront. And I will do that as a member of parliament. Lastly, there's the issue of representing my people, specifically Rubaga North. There has been a tendency of leaders speaking what they think is right. But me, as the member of parliament for Rubaga North, I'll make sure that whatever I speak is being gotten from my electorates. And that means that I'll attend all the village meetings where I will be called to be. And that's where I will get issues to deliberate on in parliament. And what I believe in is that most of the areas that I represent are ghetto areas. They are areas which have faced a lot of challenges, when it comes to issues of education, health, employment, and others. So at least I'm very much sure that I'll be able to get key issues that I'll always be talking about on the floor of parliament. So I'm very glad, and I know I'll serve the best of my knowledge. My message to the voters is, of course, I know they expect a lot from us at the moment, but I would also like to ask from them to be cooperative. We need to work together as a team. We need to have time, because parliament is not an easy place. We've seen those leaders who have been there and they have failed to say anything at the floor of parliament. So I want to assure them that this time round things are not going to be the same. I'm going to do the needful, because I know they showed me too much love. But what they should expect also is that whatever will be said, whatever will be done on their mercy. And at least I will make sure that I'll always be with them, because they are my bosses. I'm not going to be like other leaders who say that the voters are supposed to be their servants. I'm their servants, they are my bosses. And that will always be there until my term of office ends.